Welcome to Awakening Soul Truth. I'm Allison Ledbetter.
And I'm Robbie Short. I'm a yogi.
And I'm a medium, and we're both healers, Reiki masters. We're here today because we have been experiencing some pretty serious heartache in our community in Nashville. There was a mass shooting that happened in town, and three children and three adults, and actually four adults, were lost their lives. And it's been all over the news. And we wanted to get together today over Zoom because Robbie's at her house and I'm at my house, and just give a little prayer.
Yeah, it's been a really hard week here in Nashville, and I know that a lot of other people are feeling the impact as well. You've probably seen the news footage, and it's been hard even teaching yoga this week because showing up to teach yoga, you always want people to feel good and you want people to forget about kind of what's going on in the world. This is within own community. I felt like we couldn't be silent about it. We needed to talk about it. We needed to shed our tears concerning it. And I wanted the classes to be more intentional. So one thing that I focused on in class was, obviously, and we always do this on Awakening Soul Truth, is drop back into our hearts, because our hearts have this wellspring of love and compassion. And I feel like this is the time to really allow the compassion to come forth,
Yeah.
and compassion for the killer, who obviously was in tons of pain, um, because hurt people hurt people. So children who were traumatized, who may have heard or had seen or who'd run from the scene, the parents who obviously send their children to school hoping that it's going to be a safe space for all the staff members that just thought they were showing up to do their job, and all the people that participated, from the police officers who did their duty and did it well, and the other people just passing by the school and seeing kindergartners run across the street. So in my classes this week, anytime we were spreading the arms, I was talking about the arms being wings of the heart. It's how we embrace it, but it's also how we protect. And I was trying to share with everyone, have one wing of love and one wing of compassion. And we even did a meditation that the Sikh tradition does called Sat Kar Tar, which is about putting compassion into action and allowing your wish or your prayer for God to take over the situation and to take care of the situation, to kind of, work behind the scenes with the healing. And we're hoping to provide some healing for you guys, regarding not only this incident, but any other type of healing that you need.
I think there are so many layers that it affects so many people. So there's been many communities rocked by such incidents where the unthinkable happens, where we see a person who's hurting so deeply and they act on it in such a fierce way. And I love what you said about compassion, one arm of love and one arm for compassion, because I don't think our government and politics and all those branches can heal this.
Yeah.
I think, and my hope is we do take action to help people, but at a really deep level, this is about a person and people hurting deeply all over this country. And I, with all of my heart, believe it's because we are so disconnected from our own hearts that we've built a society that fragments us. And the greatest thing that we could do is to say enough is enough. We have to come inward. We have to collectively connect as a community for more than just tragedy. We have to connect regularly through love. And I don't know what that looks like. For me, it looks like meditation and meditating every day. That's where I find my connection to the divine. I think we all have to take inner responsibility and start to say no more to all these pieces that are bringing us harm, no more being pulled apart.
Somebody posted a Dalai Lama quote the other day, and I can't remember what it said, but it basically said compassion is not enough. And I was like, yes, compassion is not enough. Compassion needs to be put into action.
Yep.
Um, that's the most important piece, is how can we put this into action? And I had this great conversation last night, and it went on for probably an hour. And we were talking about how multifaceted this issue is, because yes, it involves guns. So yes, to be some sort of gun reform, but yes, it's also a mental health issue, and there needs to be something done for mental health. At this point in time, especially with the way the world is, people are snapping left and right.
Yeah, they are. And I think people are hitting a threshold, a pain level that's unbearable. We're at a place of crumbling in our own mental health.
Yeah, one thing that I've learned from this week, and I knew it was on the rise, but I didn't know it was a fact, um, that our children in the United States of America, their number one cause of death is gun violence. Number one, over car accidents,
And
over
how is that even a
anything.
thing? I think guns are a false sense of safety. And again, that gets me back to the point we keep looking outside of ourselves for problems to be solved. But your safety really comes from our relationship with the divine. Your safety comes when you put it all together and your energy field becomes sealed and you don't abandon yourself through TV, through drugs, through alcohol, through prescription drugs, through binge eating, through all that. We have all these ways to harm ourselves, the excessiveness, all of these out of control behaviors that are happening in our society. And if we could just pull in, fold into our heart and meet the divine and meet our purpose and our center and our value energetically, when we hit that space, it's almost as if when you're lined up, you cannot be penetrated by these dark, scary places that we go to. And those dark places are happening because of separation. They're
Yeah,
not happening because you're centered. They're happening because you're pulled out and you're discontent and you don't know who you are. And you're just grasping on anything that'll tell you and satisfy you, that'll
yeah,
fill you. And you see that all the time. What fills a person? You have to fill you. It's just bringing
right,
consciousness in, it's lining up. And this is where the true safety is. It's not through guns. It's not.
right. Good story to talk about people breaking, because this is a prime example. There's uh, a man here in town who um, was a good citizen, working, making good money, doing very well in his career, and he developed an addiction. And I can't remember if his addiction was alcohol or drugs, but he got addicted.
Mhm.
And when he became an addict, he was a gun carrier. But as we know, when you become a drug addict or an alcoholic, you're not aligned. You know, what you were just saying, you're not aligned in yourself, you're not grounded in who you are. Your mind's not even fully clear.
Nope.
And he got in an altercation with his neighbor, and he shot at his neighbor, and he was put in jail for a couple years. He cleaned up his act. He's totally clean now. But his point this has been, anybody could snap. Anybody could lose their head, especially if they're intoxicated, or if there's any type of an overload of stress,
Yeah.
you know, can make a person mentally break. It doesn't have to be pharmaceuticals. It doesn't have necessary mental illness case. It could be just that temporary moment in time where you just snap. And so
Well,
I
I
love that.
think I think that's one of those things where you snap because there's a buildup of separation, or your pain body has gotten so big. I don't think it can come
Yes.
out of the blue. I think we have pain bodies that build up
No,
layers and
absolutely.
layers,
Yes.
and then you have an incident where you just can't go any further. And I think that's where we are in our society. And I think we're at a point where we could actually just see just a massive flow of snapping. So the goal is to not snap. The goal is let's approach this pain body. Let's get us healed. Let's take
Yeah, because I
over
mean,
ourselves and stop giving our
if
power
we
away to these politicians, because it's nuts. These politicians are fucking crazy and they're not helping. And I think it's up to us to heal individually. That's Yeah, it's your responsibility. Fold into your heart. Yeah.
when you're talking about the pain body,
Mm-hmm.
this shooter's pain body obviously had stemmed from childhood because she had a lot of resentment towards her grade school, which is the elementary school. It only went to sixth grade,
Well, a lot of pain
you
bodies are
know?
actually started in childhood. They are these promises or messages that we hear from the people around us telling us that we're wrong or we're not lovable. And these are the messages that once we start to heal internally, we will stop giving terrible messages to our children. We've actually are the sickest population or group of people in the way we handle our children. Like the fact that we have no um like people are calling on let's change the gun laws. In my heart I'm like let's change some parenting laws. Let's start basing, the fact that there are all these drug addicts and violent people raising children and they're lost and they're hurt. And even for this one, I mean, maybe she had an experience where religion was telling her that she couldn't express who she was. I don't know
Well,
what happened.
there's an article actually that just came out today, and I haven't read the whole thing, but it's kind of saying she was actually going after the head of the school or the head preacher at that particular church, and that he had been counseling her. And I think that was her target. And one of his children were killed. His 9-year-old was killed in that.
Is we're setting our children up with pain and we have no boundaries around it because we can't get our political shit out of the way to protect our children.
This is a symptom of a broken
Yeah,
culture, of a
it's so
broken
broken.
system, of broken people.
Yeah. And it starts in childhood. So let's stop breaking our children. Like we adults have to heal. Stop breaking your children. Like stop. Stop breaking each other. Stop breaking ourselves.
Something that I think is hopeful and was something beautiful demonstration in downtown. I was seeing account after account after account after account of people who were there, who were sharing pictures and videos, and the mass amount of young people there outweighed the adults there.
Oh, how beautiful.
Obviously, they probably came here adults because they were out of school, but it was beautiful. They were actually singing the song Power to the People. Anyway, it was actually very beautiful to witness such a peaceful and profound protest.
I'm so bummed we weren't there.
I know, I know. We want to align, we want to drop in, and I want you to read my shirt. You are important. So if you ever question your lack of importance, remember you are important, you are valued, and you are
Wait,
worthy.
and to prove it, step into your heart because the divine will be there meeting you and saying you are important, you are valuable.
All right, let's go ahead and sit up. Close your eyes and try to create some space in between each vertebra so that you have two lines of energy occurring. And we're going to first focus on grounding our energy. So take a deep breath in and feel as though you're breathing in gentleness, lightness. And as you breathe out any feeling of heaviness. Breathing in something gentle and light. And breathing out in a way, anything heavy or weighing on your heart. Now follow your next exhalation down, down, down through your tailbone. Continue downward through your legs and feet. And imagine that roots are stemming from your body, going down through the foundation, the building you're in, and into the earth below. Feel as though the roots are continuing to descend below the topsoil, below any stones or soil or underground streams. And they're connecting and wrapping around a large gold ball at the center of this planet. And once your roots feel lodged and wrapped and intertwined around this golden ball, then imagine that it's turning the roots gold. And you're going to follow that gold line all the way back up from the underground streams, the soil and the stone and the topsoil. You're bringing the gold with you up through the foundation of the building, into your feet, into your legs, and then let it connect the tailbone. And then envision that your entire spine is turning into a gold column. Bring it up on the inhale, all the way to your crown. And envision resting right above the top of your head is a beautiful golden egg. Let it hover over your head a moment. And then feel as though you're beginning to send a magnet up towards the base of that egg. And as you breathe out, you're going to breathe this golden egg all the way down through your crown, through your thigh, through your throat. And let it reside at your heart center. And once it's placed here, imagine all the different various chakras and their colors are blending together to create a beautiful rainbow in the midst of this golden column and filling up the golden egg.
Allow this egg to really represent the divine spark, the cosmic egg of source energy. This is a true place at the center of your heart. Keep breathing into it and allowing the rainbow energy to just circulate out, radiate. Breathing into the golden egg in your heart. I am loved. And I take full responsibility for loving myself exactly the way I am. I am breathing into this divine space of love, and I allow it to radiate through every part of my being. I am loved by the divine. Really feel it. You are loved. Every part of you is accepted. The parts that hurt, the parts that are scared. Allow this golden egg to surround that part that hurts and is scared with love. Extend love of the divine to the part of you that hurts. Sit with this part of you. When something hurts, it creates fear. And we get scared of the future. We get afraid that something awful and bad is going to happen. We separate out from the trust of the now moment. So again, we are extending love to the part of yourself that hurts. And we're bringing it back. Breathe into it. I love you. I love this part of me, and I am willing to heal it. I am allowing divine source to love this part of me. I'm breathing into my center, into my heart, meeting divine source energy. And I surrender this pain and this fear to it. I trust love to heal me. I am opening my mind to divine love, and I allow myself to think loving thoughts. I am loved. And I release all the messages that told me that was false. I release those lies of harm from my body. I am connecting to my heart. I surrender to divine source inside of me. I heal this pain. And I feel my value. My true value comes from this inward connection. So, really breathing in. I am valuable. I am important. I matter to the divine. When we're in this place of acceptance and love, when we're connected and we feel in our bodies our self-worth, then we can start to extend this love to all the lives that were affected by any mass shooting. We extend our love. We extend the belief that you are valuable. We extend the belief that you are important, that you are loved. Our hearts are connected to your hearts. And we choose love. We choose harmony. We choose kindness. We choose acceptance. We choose forgiveness. We choose compassion. We choose truth. We choose love. From my place of divine connection, I extend love and compassion to all those affected by this heartbreaking incident. And I am grateful for the opportunity to expand and heal my mind and my heart and connect to love. So we just call all of our essence and energy back to our heart. Continue to fold into your heart. And slowly, when you're ready, you can open your eyes and start to come out. Maybe wiggling your toes, rolling your shoulders. We extend love to you.